Welcome to this one-day match between
Australia and South Africa
at Lords. So the outcome is that Ponting, we have a lovely day joining me in the big... So let's take a look at the teams. Here's the team for
Australia. South Africa
are about to start their innings. Wide ball signalled by the umpire.
You can't get away with any width in one-day cricket because the umpire will call you for a wide.
McGrath is coming around the wicket. That's been given as a wide.
There are stricter rules on wides in one-day cricket, so you need to be careful not to drift down the leg side.
That's out of the ground. McGrath won't like that at all.
Well, he really hit that a long way. Exciting stuff.
Being given as a wide. Smith facing. It's straight to a fielder. McGrath to Smith. Six. Smith absolutely smashed that for six.
Well, you can't set fields for shots like that. That's brilliant.
Run. Perfectly timed shot for four. Smith waiting at the striker's end. There's the umpire signal, no ball. McGrath, the ball to Smith. There's just one there. McGrath is going to try over the wicket. That over cost 21 runs.
That was an expensive over for Australia.
Lee is switching to round the wicket. Wide ball signalled by the umpire. Smith waiting at the striker's end. Wide ball signalled by the umpire. That's over the rope. 6 runs off Lee. They were diving to cover and stand there.
Well, he just picked that right off his nose and smashed it over the boundary. Thrilling to watch.
should be some runs here. Simons not going to reach that. Lee is not impressed.
Lovely shot. It raced away to the fence for 4.
Smith waiting at the striker's end. Smith facing. It's straight at Ponting. Lee to Smith.
Out.
That early breakthrough will really get the bowler's tail.
Lee gets his first wicket. This was how the innings ended for Smith. Smith eventually goes for 37.
That's disappointing. He got himself in and should have gone on to score more runs.
10 runs came from that over by Lee. McGrath at the start of his run-up. Four wides to South Africa.
That was very wide. The keeper couldn't get anywhere near it.
McGrath continues. Gillespie is after it. Gibbs just guides the ball down to third man. Fielded on the boundary by Gillespie. 2 runs to Gibbs. South Africa move on to 39. McGrath continues. McGrath to bowl to Gibbs. Gibbs facing. Stopped by Lehman. Gibbs waiting at the striker's end. One run to Gibbs. And the end of the over. Lee to begin a new over. Lee is going to try over the wicket. It's straight to a fielder. Lee continues. Lee to Gibbs. stopped by Martin. Lee continues.
Run!
A single to Gibbs. Lee has got him.
The bowler really made a mess of the stumps there.
Lee gets his second wicket. Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Cullis is out for a duck.
He hasn't managed to make the scorers work much with that innings.
Lee with the final ball of his spell. Lee is switching to round the wicket.
Yeah.
Great shot by Rudolph. Picked up very early by Rudolph.
That was a nicely timed shot. You don't need to smash the ball to the boundary every time.
5 runs came from that over for South Africa.
The captain should save some of his best bowlers' allocation until the vital last few overs of the innings.
It's straight at Lim. Gibbs waiting at the striker's end. There was a no ball by Gillespie. That's over the rope. 6 runs off Gillespie. The 50 is up for South Africa.
The fielder just watched it, going, going, going.
That was a no ball by Gillespie. Gillespie, the ball to Gibbs. Just 1 run. Gillespie to Rudolph. Gillespie is coming around the wicket. Rudolph very quickly onto that one. South Africa have taken their total on to 2 for 58. Gillespie, the ball to Rudolph. McGrath is after that one. He just runs that down to third man. That's 2 more runs on the board. Gillespie now has figures of 1 overs, 0 maidens, none for 15.
He didn't keep it very tight during that over at all.
Hogg to Gibbs. Gibbs waiting at the striker's end. Gibbs facing. Hayden is chasing that one. He's worked that into the gap. They've turned that into 2. That's good running.
Run.
That's cleared the boundary. 6 runs.
Great strike. It looked like 6 the moment he struck it.
McGrath is in pursuit. Swept down to fine leg. Fielded down at fine leg by McGrath. Another run to Gibbs. 9 runs were picked up from that over by Gibbs.
South Africa are showing off some delightful stroke play today, and the run rate is ticking along well.
It's straight at Ponting. Gillespie to Gillespie is going to try over the wicket. It's in the air, but it's 4 runs. It was sweetly timed. Gillespie to Gibbs.
What a good placement. No one at home, over the top for 4.
Gillespie continues. Stopped by Lehman. Gibbs waiting at the striker's end. It's straight to a fielder. Gillespie continues. Stopped by Lehman. 3 runs came from that over. Rudolph facing.
This is what you'd call a healthy run rate. We'll see if they can carry it throughout the innings.
It's straight to a fielder. Hogg to bowl to Rudolph. There's the umpire signal. No ball. It's straight at McGrath. Hogg continues. He goes over the top. Super shot. By Rudolph.
A bit uppish, but safe enough. 4 runs.
Stopped by Lehmann. Rudolph waiting at the striker's end. It's gone way into the stands. 6 runs. Hogg won't like that at all.
The bowler can't believe it, but it is out of the ground. 6 runs.
South Africa are 2 for 84. Hogg with the final ball of his spell. Two overs are left for South Africa.
The runs are flying at a good rate here. Good work being displayed at the crease by South Africa.
Hayden is after it. He didn't quite get hold of that one properly. It's straight at Hayden. There's just one there. Simons to Rudolph. That's superb bowling from Simons. Cleared the infield, 4 runs. Simons is not impressed.
What a clever piece of batting. He picked a safe area and just lifted it over the infield.
Simons to bowl to Rudolph. Smashed that one right out of the ground. Rudolph absolutely smashed that for 6.
It doesn't really matter if it goes in the air if you hit it that far.
That over helped the run rate somewhat.
Some good attacking batting here by South Africa.
Run.
Gillespie doing the fielding. One more for Gibbs.
Yeah.
That's out. Caught.
Great catch. That sort of thing can turn the course of a match.
Ponting gets his first wicket. Kippenham facing. This is how the innings ended for Rudolph. Rudolph is making his way back to the pavilion.
That's disappointing. He got himself in and should have gone on to score more runs.
That's good bowling. Ponting to Dippenaar. cleared the infield. That moves the score into three figures for South Africa. Ponting for the last ball of the innings.
Well, it was in the air, but there's no one there. No risk.
Wide ball signalled by the umpire.
He's consistently bowling wide and really needs to sort out his line.
Hit straight to a fielder. The innings has ended with the score at 101. Australia are about to start their innings. Comfortably held by Antini.
Straight down the fielder's throat. The batsman will be kicking himself.
Pollock gets his first wicket. This was how the wicket fell. So then, that's the end of Gilchrist.
Out first ball. He might just as well have stayed in the dressing room.
There it goes. Rudolph is after that one. Fantastic work from Rudolph.
That's the early wicket they were looking for. Now they need to keep the pressure on.
But it'll drop safely. Pollock gets his second wicket. Let's see the action replay of that. Ponting is out for a duck.
That's an extremely long walk when you've been dismissed for a duck.
That's straight up in the air. Rudolph couldn't quite reach it.
I'll say it again. Catches win matches. If you put chances like that down, you'll regret it.
It's straight at Rudolph. There it goes. Antini is chasing that one. Antini couldn't quite reach it. There's the first runs of the day for Australia. Big shout for that one. He's out.
Good decision by the umpire.
That's the third wicket now for Pollock.
What a spell of bowling this is proving to be.
Australia are 3 down now for 1. This was the end of the innings for Hayden.
He certainly looks a little disappointed with that decision.
A very good over. Only one off it in the end. The required run rate is around 11 and over.
The one-day fielding restrictions really give attacking batsmen an advantage at the start of the innings.
Run. Go!
Nell to bowl to Lehmann. Nell had the batsman in trouble with that one. Nell to bowl to Lehmann. Lehmann waiting at the striker's end. That's out.
He totally deceived him with that delivery and it beat him all ends up.
Nell to Clever. Nell gets his first wicket. This was the end of the innings for Lehmann. Australia 4 down now for 2.
Well, he certainly wasn't out in the middle for very long.
That really is a suicidal run out.
Australia can't afford that kind of thing. That's throwing wickets away.
We can have a look at that again. Australia are 5 down now for 2. A very good over. Only one off it in the end. The required run rate is around 12 and a half and over. Hit straight to a fielder. Bevan facing. Pollock at the start of his run-up. Pollock continues. Stopped by 4. Pollock to Bevan. Hit straight to a fielder. Pollock with the final ball of his spell. That could be a very painful blow.
Yes, he'll probably have a few bruises to show after this encounter.
The required run rate is around 14 and over.
Australia are not pacing themselves very well here. They will suffer later on unless they keep close to the required run rate.
Nell continues. It's straight at Smith. Simons waiting at the striker's end. Nell has got him.
Excellent bowling. Keep it straight, and if the batsman makes a mistake, he's out.
Nell gets his second wicket. This was how the innings ended for Simons. That's a duck for Simons.
He's back in the pavilion with a big round 0 to his name.
Nell to Hogg. Pollock is not going to reach that. Beautifully driven through the offside.
He really is an exquisite driver.
Five runs came from that over for Australia. The required run rate is around over 15 and over.
The batsmen really need to up the run rate if they're to achieve their target.
No!
Hogg waiting at the striker's end. Hogg facing.
Yeah.
Brilliantly caught.
He got into great position to take that catch.
And Tini gets his first wicket. Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Hogg scored 4 runs from 6 balls.
Well, it seems like miles back to the pavilion when you've got out cheaply.
Safely taken by Smith.
Great catch. To use the old saying, catches win matches.
And Tini gets his second wicket. This was how the innings ended for Lee. Lee is out first ball.
Out first ball. He might just as well have stayed in the dressing room.
Gillespie waiting at the striker's end. Five overs are left for Australia. The required run rate is around over 15 and over.
That was a good tight over for South Africa.
Cullis to Bevan. Ouch, that must have hurt.
Now, ideally, he'll follow up that cracking bouncer with a Yorker.
Bevan facing. Stopped by Gibbs. Cullis, the ball to Bevan. Cullis to Gillespie. That's through, bowl him.
What a cracking delivery. It went straight through him.
McGrath waiting at the striker's end. Cullis gets his first wicket. Let's see the action replay of that. So then, that's the end of Gillespie.
He hasn't.
Cullis has got him.
That one went right through him. It was as if he completely misjudged the delivery.
That's it. That's the end of the match. So to sum up then, South Africa win by 23 runs.